A fleet of fresh Hawaii faces frolicked on the Terraflux. Familiar fans foresee another favorable finish. Two undefeated teams in the WAC face off. Fresno State and 11th ranked Hawaii. It's courtside, and we're ready to go with the first serve, and the first serve has just taken place. You will look at your screen, and they are the Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup. 1-0 Hawaii. Uiato to serve. Callahan, Alcantara, Wild. Picks it up. That's a point for Hawaii.
We're going to cut Wild just a little bit of slack because of the 14 matches Fresno State's played this year, 12 of them she's played libero. All of a sudden she's been called to play on the outside and has played well, but she's still getting used to it out there.
Alcantara. That ball hit over by Murdoch. That ball is hit off the block, off Wild by Hartong.
Hartong continuing her great hitting ways the other night against Nevada. Hit a mere .692, playing 2 games on the right and 1 game in the middle.
Uiato continues to serve. Lee overpass Adolpho. Knocks it down.
Coach Netherby Sewell said that it's going to be a serving passing contest here, and so far Hawaii's winning that serving contest.
Uiato will continue to serve. Alcantara to Callahan, and that is blocked easily that time by Adolpho and Hartong. Hawaii is speeding away to this lead.
Surprised Fresno State's not playing more aggressively, taking a few more chances. They've been very conservative.
Alcantara, that ball goes off of Croson. It's saved, hit over by Hartong, off that hit by Wild. That ball is dug up by Blake. Danielson off the block. You talk about a scramble.
That's got to be frustrating for Fresno State. Finally they get aggressive. They rip a couple. Wild ripped one. Another one's ripped on the right side. And Hawaii's right there to dig in the back row.
6-0 Hawaii just underway first set. Uiato continues to serve. Lee Alcantara. There is Wild, and Wild trying to get it over the block, and Adolpho said, no, not here, not now. And taps it right back to the Terraflex. 7-0 Hawaii. Much more to come. 7 in a row for Hawaii to start. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match.
Well, for Fresno State, they got to block out the Stan Sheriff Center. This is a young team. 9 out of 14 are underclassmen, and 4 are the first time they've ever been here. For Hawaii, they've got to minimize their left side attacks. I think Croson and Danielson have absolutely got to be saved for December and not use up their legs here in September and October.
Hawaii blocking consistently along the net. Here's Wild. That is a net violation on Hawaii. And that is the first. That is the first point for Fresno State.
Kalei Adolpho on that one, just getting a little bit greedy at the net. Notice a new lineup tonight. We've got Hartong in for Chantil Sateli. Sateli looking a little bit gimpy in warm-up. She's got that heavily wrapped right thigh.
Hartong pounds it off the block for a point. And it's now 8-1.
I can't tell you how hard it is to go from middle to the outside. Very difficult to do. The tendency is to come in and be really early and get under the ball because that's what you're used to doing in the middle. But Hartong has made that adjustment as well as anybody I've ever seen, men or women.
Danielson knuckleballs it over, and Murdoch was able to get it through the Hawaii block for the second point for Fresno State. Serving for Fresno State will be Christina Lee. She's from San Francisco, California, and she's out of St. Ignatius High School in San Francisco. Croson hits it out in the antenna.
Croson's got some extra tape on her leg as well. Danielson's got some of that kinesio tape on her left calf. So all these little giving, nagging things, in my opinion, Dave Sharp's really got to pay attention to and rest these players when he can.
Lee serves it long. 9-3, Hawaii leading in the first set, and serving will be Blake.
Or even better yet, let them play, but set the middles a lot, set the right side a lot.
Blake served saved by Lee. Alcantara. That ball is hit by Morrow. Blocked back. Hit over by Callahan. And Callahan gets it into the corner.
Nice little rainbow shot. Callahan hasn't played much this year, but she earned a starting spot after the Nevada win. And she's starting to play pretty good now.
Alicia Baker from Oceanside, California. Transfer from Cal State University, Bakersfield. Serving for Fresno State. Uiato, ball hit over by Hewitt. And Hewitt was almost like she was uncontested. She just dominated here.
I love that set because it was chancy, a little bit risky. It was developing more diversity in the offense. That was a great play.
Hawaii leading 10-4 in the first set. Serving will be Emily Hartung. Hartung gets it in, dug up by Lee. Alcantara outside. That ball hit over by Baker, blocked back. Alcantara goes to Morrow. In the air by Blake. Uiato, Croson. Long.
Block was well formed, so Croson, I believe, chose the right shot, hitting high hands, but she just over-guessed it and hit too high.
Cecilia Agras comes in. She's from Hanford, California. She serves. Uiato, Croson. Croson dials down the radar a little bit and rips it to the floor.
Much better execution on that attack by Croson. Here she is, the ace leader on Hawaii's team. With 19 this year.
Croson to serve. Long. Six serving 11. Serving will be Brianna Clark. Hometown product from Fresno, California. Went to Buchanan High School. 6'1" senior. Danielson. Block. Good one-handed save that time by Blake. Danielson again. Danielson off the block.
Immediately, Danielson thanks Lizzie Blake for being there to cover on her first attack. That ball was pretty well driven into the block, and Lizzie Blake right there. And she's the new libero tonight in the revolving libero game.
Hewitt serves, and that is a mishit by Alcantara. 13-6, Hawaii leading.
Alcantara's played pretty well in the Brazilian leagues where they play very, very good volleyball. And Netherby Sewell feels like she's got a good one.
Hewitt serving, dug up by Lee. Alcantara waits, goes cross court to Wild. And Wild does not get it over the net, I believe.
No, the ball never made the block.
14-6, Hewitt continues to serve. First set. Overpass. Comes over to Uiato. Croson bumps it. Danielson. And Danielson, too cute, trying to baby it.
Pretty good bump set by Croson. Danielson just did not get a good run at it. Or make any kind of a good play at it. Very unusual for the almost perfect Danielson.
Alcantara is serving. Croson gets it over. Alcantara puts it into the net.
You see, Netherby Newell, she is 7 months pregnant, by the way. Had a rough trip yesterday from the continent to get here. She says she's going to have to miss actually a couple road trips.
Lee digs it up. And that ball solo blocked by Danielson. That ball was hit by Murdoch. 16-7. Timeout has been called. More to come in this first set. Series record is sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. Hawaii leads the series 49-0. The last meeting, Last year, of course, Hawaii winning in straight sets. This would be win number 50 in a row over Fresno State. Serving is Uiato, dug up by Lee. Alcantara, short set. That ball is hit over by Murdoch. Ball comes over by Adolpho, and Murdoch can't handle it.
I like the way Uiato's getting the young Adolpho involved in the offense sooner rather than later. Get the freshman going. She was 7 for 8 up in Idaho. Hit like 775.
Uiato knuckleballs it over. Alcantara, ball hit by Murdoch, and she hits it. Wait a minute. And there's a net violation.
I think it was on Adolpho, again, getting a little bit too aggressive at the net. She'll learn.
8 serving 17. Serving is Wild. Dug up. Ball hit over by Danielson. Alcantara. There's Wild. Croson. Uiato. And Adolpho. Adolpho hits it into the block. Murdoch took the brunt.
Adolpho, I guess they knew it was going to that. 2 blockers up on her. Good read by Fresno State.
9 serving 17. Serving is Wild. Hartung goes cross court. Lee is there. Chased down. Alcantara pumps it. That ball comes over. Diving dig by Uiato. No help. Good decision that time by Morrow.
And finally, Fresno State out of the negative numbers. They've had more errors than kills up until now. Now they've got 5 kills, 5 errors.
Wild continues to serve. Step out. Adolpho. And that was clinical. Perfectly executed.
Well, the young lady who was recruited by Hawaii in both basketball and volleyball. Looked like a basketball layup there.
Danielson to serve, 18 serving 10. Lee to Alcantara. Hit by Wild, and that goes off Uiato. Good, crisp shot that time by Wild.
Callahan looking much more confident with that shot than in the beginning of the game, where she looked pretty nervous and tentative.
Serving is Lee. Uiato goes outside. Croson. Croson gets it in.
Again, Croson, in my opinion, has got to hit for percentage. Night in and night out. Reduce her hitting errors, and she'll become the kind of player that she's possible to be. She has potential to be an All-American, in my opinion.
Callahan goes out. Albertson comes in for Fresno State. Serving is Blake. And that is an ace.
Oh, Blake pretty aggressive there. She goes over and says, oops, I got a little bit too much of that. She thought it was going out, but it just dropped in.
First ace of the season. Lee with the dig. Ball is hit over by Albertson. It continues. Uiato, Hewitt, that's off Lee.
Transition play so fast from defense to offense. Croson started with a nice back bump set right on the money where the middle could be attacked. There you see Croson, nice back bump set, and here's Hewitt putting it down before Fresno State could get ready.
Ball hit over by Clark. Danielson goes to Croson, little touch. That ball is saved by Alcantara. In the middle, Wild hits it. That's blocked back by Hartung. Ball comes over, Croson, Uiato, Hartung again, and that's in.
Hartung with no approach. That is so athletic, so skillful, so agile. Watch Hartung, she has one step, not even one step. She just jumps up and attacks, puts some pretty good heat on it.
22 serving 11 in the first set. Blake serves, Alcantara gets it over, good one-handed save by Hewitt. Blake double hands it over, advantage now for Fresno State. Alcantara, that ball hit over by Clark, blocked by Hewitt. Hawaii has scored 5 points in a row.
Well, the strength of this Fresno State team really is in the middle. So when they set their middle, unfortunately, they're also going into Hawaii's strength. Brittany Hewitt.
Blake serving. Alcantara goes outside to Morrow, and she hits it off Blake. Good cross-court shot by Morrow.
Good swing by Morrow, who played for the Australian youth national team, played for the junior national team. Had 13 kills the other night against San Jose State. She's going to be a good one.
Baker serving for Fresno State. Danielson, Uiato, step out, Hartung. And Hartung finds the open area in the back row. It is Aloha ball in the first set. Kayla Goodman getting ready to come into the game along with Monica Stauber. For Hartung and for Uiato.
This is the double sub that Dave showed you will often do to get bigger size in the front row. So he subs Uiato out, puts Goodman in for blocking purposes, and puts Stauber in the back row for setting purposes.
Lee, Alcantara back set. Clark hits it and gets it down in front of the Hawaii block. So it is 24 for Hawaii, 13 for Fresno State.
With a big lead like this, I love seeing the sub set to the sub. That'd be Stauber setting to Goodman on the outside.
Agraz to serve. Goodman from way outside, and he is outside.
If Lizzie Blake's going to keep that spot at libero, she's got to back bump set the ball to where the left side attacker can really hit it. That's an important part of her job as libero.
Croson, Stauber, there's Hewitt. Hewitt wins the first set. 25-14, more to come.